Hi everyone, welcome to K-Sports Sunday for May 22nd. Contrary to reports, the world did not end yesterday. I'm Logan Hughes. We have another big show for you tonight. Lots of sports talk. So the world didn't end yesterday, but the Red Sox winning streak did. The Bruins didn't pick up a win, even though they should have. We will be talking about these two teams and whether seven-time Tour de France winner Lance Armstrong is a cheater and a liar. But first, a look back at yesterday's Bruins collapse in Game 4. Here's YBA's hockey dude, Tom Kelly. TK?
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly for YBA Sports. The Boston Bruins took a 2-1 lead into Game 4 on Saturday afternoon. The Bruins came out really well and took a 3-0 lead into the second period of Game 4. After completely wasting 2 power play opportunities at the beginning of the second, the Tampa Bay Lightning struck for 5 unanswered goals for a 5-3 victory over the sleeping Bruins. Now, the Bruins were totally asleep in this game. That's when the wrong red light came on and the stop playing right went on.
We didn't play at all like we did in the first period. We battled really hard in the first, and we were doing everything right that we had to. And they wanted a lot more than we did in the second. And I think we might have taken it for granted and bit us in the butt.
We just lost our focus here. It played really well in the first period, not because of what the score was, but we did the right things, and we took that lead. The message was pretty clear. We had to continue playing the same way, but somehow we started getting stretched out again. They started getting speed. They started getting momentum, and after they scored a few goals, we almost looked like we were paralyzed out there. We just weren't reacting, weren't moving, and just snowballed from there.
The Bruins will have to find their focus fast because this series is now down to a best-of-3 series. The Bruins have to find some way how to find score a goal on the power play. Put Sandberg and Cabriolet on the point, and put the monsters from the goal. Lucic, Chara, Andre DeJohn, I don't care who, anyone. Get someone big in front of the net, like Guy Smith, who seems to have the Bruins' number so far. Get back to the defensive system that made them successful in the playoffs and all year long. That's the only way to get the Bruins into the Stanley Cup Finals. Anything less is a huge disappointment. I'm Tom Kelly for YBA Sports.
I too am disappointed with the Bruins. But now they have to win 2 of the next 3 games to advance to the Stanley Cup. Let's go over to the back talk set with the boys and special guest Jimmy Myers. Josh?
Thanks, Logan. All right, well, as Logan mentioned, I'm here with Jimmy Myers, Alex, and Harrison. So let's discuss the Bruins. And, oh, man, I mean, yesterday, going up 3-0 against a very good team in Tampa Bay. In Game 4, they had a chance to take a 3-1 series lead, but then they blow it. They let Tampa Bay get back in the second. What do you think changed overall? Like, what was the difference between the first period and the last 2? Let's start with Alex.
Well, in the first period, we took advantage of the opportunities that we had, and we scored with them. Patrice Bergeron had 2 goals, but in the second and third periods, we just let Tampa Bay get what they want. We gave them power plays. We basically gave them the game. We let them get the win after we got the 3-0 lead into the game in the first period.
Right.
It was embarrassing after the first period.
All right, what do you think, Harrison?
I mean, just a complete and utter debacle. The defense just shut down after the first period. I mean, we go up 3-0. You let them they have a 5-0 run against us. You just can't let that happen.
I agree, not in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. But when you ask me, I feel like, Patrice Bergeron, first of all, I know obviously everyone's going to talk about how they blew this 3-0 lead, but I must say at least Patrice Bergeron looked great in Game 4. And everyone's been discussing, maybe just like last year when Savard came back after his injury, he was ineffective. Maybe Bergeron will be the same. He has changed everything about the Bruins and how they look at Game 3, 2-0. The defense was so much better, unlike the first 2 games. I feel like, in that sense, he's a huge plus for them. So I feel like even though, yes, this game was as frustrating as you can possibly get, Bergeron was great. And it's not like the series is 3-1 Tampa Bay. It's not like they had to come in to win this game. They did win Game 3, so they do come out of it winning 1 out of the 2 games in Tampa Bay. Would it be great if they won both? Yes, but I still think taking 1 of 2, it still gives them home ice back. What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, I think that's the important factor here as far as a lot of people are concerned because they lost home ice with the poor showing in Game 1.
Right.
They come back and play well in Game 2. It was a shootout, though, remember.
Yeah.
That game could have gone either way. Now, you're sitting there with Game 3. They played simply the best game that they played. Defensively, they were tight. Tim Thomas was unbelievable in that game.
Right.
But at the same time, You cannot give away playoff games. You just can't. You come out and jump on top of a team 3-0, it's supposed to be over. You're supposed to say, okay, look, we have to really, really focus now on getting that next goal and possibly that next goal. Let's put them away right here. They had the crowd out of the game.
Right.
They had total control of it. And what happened was, I think that a lot of people don't look at the fact that Tampa Bay realized our season is right here. It's desperation time. They stepped up while the Bruins got comfortable and said, we got this. We got one already. So the worst we come out of Tampa is 2-2, and we'll go back home. But see, I don't want to rely on home ice. I don't want to think that they can't come here and win another game. And remember now, it's dwindling, guys. It's down to 3 games now. And if you lose game 5, getting out of Tampa is going to be one of the hardest tasks they're going to have to come through. Whereas you look at Vancouver, they took advantage of what they have. I think they're up 3-0 as we speak right now. They could take a 3-1 lead, gives them more rest, gets them prepared, and I still think they're much more talented than the Bruins. But we don't have to look at that. We have to look at right now. It's a best-of-3 series, Josh. And I don't know what's going to happen now because think of it. We probably haven't seen the best game yet, one of those airtight games where both teams, a tie game going to overtime. We haven't seen that yet. Normally you get one of those in a playoff series. So it's going to really be interesting to see.
It's been quite sloppy at times, I think.
Yeah. Oh, very sloppy. Very, very sloppy.
So, I also think you have to look, though, also, they probably felt, I think Guy Boucher, who's a fantastic coach, I think he really had to take it to his team and said, hey, listen, I understand the Bruins are feeling confident Tim Thomas is in there, but if you get that one goal to start the period, that could really rattle Thomas because he was having a great showing early on in that game. He had 15 shots in the first period, and he stopped all of them.
But he's coming off of game 2 where he was on fire. So he stopped everything in game 31. I think he had 31 saves. 31 games in game 3. So he's saying, hey, and I got them stoned in the first period with a 3-0 lead. I can't give that back. I can't. The defense let down.
Right.
And for the life of me, I will not understand how pro athletes can't finish the deal. How come you can't just go in and say, look, guys, we coming at the end of that first period. Let's go out in the second period and let's get these guys. Let's jump on top of them. Let's ram it down their throats. Let's play with the same aggression we played to get this 3-0 lead. They won't come back. And then it's over.
And I'll also say that I feel like the Bruins looked a little frustrated at the end of the game.
They were.
I mean, after 3-2, I think Claude Julien, for example, should have called a timeout then after Tampa Bay scored twice in 2 minutes.
Yep, they could have done that.
He should have said, look, okay, listen, Tampa Bay got back in it. Let's calm things down. That's what Montreal did in Game 7 when the Bruins scored the first 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. And look what happened. They managed to take it to overtime.
Harrison, think of this, though. Think of this. And you watched it. You watched it, Alex. If I'm in a situation like that and I feel it's slipping away, sure, you can call a timeout. But ice hockey is a little bit different than a lot of other sports. It's very, very difficult to stop that momentum once it goes in any sport. But they were skating. I mean, Tampa Bay opened up the ice. They said, look, we're going to use that speed. We're not getting checked. We have to get this next goal.
Go around the Bruins checking.
I mean, the Bruins were just way too relaxed, and they let Thomas take too much pressure. I mean, you can't put Thomas against 5 Tampa players. It can't happen.
Good point. Because they left him out to dry. They hung him out to dry.
I mean, he's good, but he is not that good.
What do you think, Alex?
I think that our players relaxed. It was a 3-0 lead, but 3-0 in the first does not mean that you've won the game. And the players and Tim Thomas slowed down. They let Tampa Bay's speed get to them, and Tampa Bay took advantage of all that, and they scored 5 goals and won.
All right, so quickly, before we send it back, who wins Game 5?
I don't know. I don't get into all that. I don't know. Only God knows. And remember, he didn't end the earth, so I'm happy. Like Logan said, we're still here, so I just want to see Game 5.
All right, do you guys have any predictions for Game 5?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Oh, that's pushing.
I got to go Bruins. I want to see a Bruins overtime win.
Overtime. Okay. Well, I prefer 5-0 win, but all
right. I just think it's time.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want a great game. That's all I care about. I want a great game.
All right. Well, we'll see if they can do it. All right. Let's send it back to Logan. Logan.
Now it's time for our weekly boxing vlog with Eric Happelrin. Eric has a little sports history that was written last night. Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric Halpern, and here is my boxing vlog for the week. It's something that boxing legends Archie Moore, Roberto Duran, and Evander Holyfield could not do. Win a championship belt while in their 40s. Holyfield was 6-5 in fights past 40 years old, but 0-1 in title fights. Duran was 18-7, but also 0-1 in title fights. Moore was a mind-boggling 43-4, but was 7-2 in title fights defending belts, but never won another after 40 years. Last night, Bernard Hopkins, at 46 years old, would try in a rematch versus 28-year-old Jean Pascal for Pascal's WBC and IBO belts. The two have a very intense rivalry, and it showed in their close battle. Pascal came out strong in the beginning and looked like he might win, but as the fight went on, Hopkins got stronger, showing just that in between the 6th and 7th rounds, leaving his corner and doing push-ups in between rounds for Pascal to see. The older, more experienced fighter was in Pascal's head. He was able to stagger Pascal, but nothing was officially a knockdown. Either or, Hopkins proved to be the better fighter, holding Pascal off for the rest of the bout. He won in a unanimous decision, becoming the oldest fighter to win a title belt, surpassing George Foreman, who did it at 45. Hats off to Hopkins. I think winning a title in his sport at that age against an opponent 18 years younger is the most impressive age-related championship accomplishment in any sport. I'm Eric Halpern, YBA Sports.